I'm Lavarian Bowling from Urban Provision Realtors. Today I have my guy, my mortgage guy, Patrick. How you doing, Patrick?
I'm doing great.
Welcome.
Hey, thank you for talking with me today.
Well, thanks for coming.
So,
As
you
a
got some
lender,
questions?
oh yeah, definitely. I have a lot of questions
Okay.
because the clients have questions, and of course, I come to a person like you for the answers. So, if I have clients who actually want to buy a home, what can you offer them? What's the process you would tell them to go through? Pre-approval or something like that is.
Right. Well, one thing I'd love to do is actually get them as pre-approved as possible. Definitely, when you're approved, you pretty much have a property and you got everything connected to that property that's connected to the process of financing. So we'll get them as pre-approved as possible. One's called TBD, to be determined property.
Okay.
So what I'd love to do is actually get all the paperwork, so that way I know what my underwriter is going to see.
Okay.
Actually, right now, I've been doing this for 6 years. Everything that I submitted to my underwriters to get financing closed. So I know when it gets there what's going on.
Awesome.
I also will tell people the bad news if there's something that's in their way, in their challenge, that is going to be a problem. So then I can figure out what we need to do to fix it. I never say no one can not buy a house. I give them an option of what they need to buy a house. So what I'd love to do is work with my realtors, get the buyer pre-approved, with the exception of the house.
Okay.
So that way, once they find the house, they know they can buy the house. So that way, when you're showing them a house, you show them a particular house, they fall in love with it before they're pre-approved, and then you tell them you can't buy the house because if you
That'd
tell
be
somebody they
heartbreaking.
can't buy the house, it's heartbreaking. The other thing, though, as you know, in the real estate business, once you show a particular level house, if you go show somebody a $500,000 house, that $450,000 house does not quite look the same.
Absolutely.
So I want to make sure that my clients are pre-approved for whatever it is that they want to buy, let them know what they can buy, and have that discussion of what they need to do. I also try my hardest to make sure what I do is get them into a house where it's a blessing. The mortgage is a blessing for them. So that way they can own their house, get it paid off by the time they're ready to retire once the kids go off, and then they start getting the tuition bills.
That tuition.
You got 2 girls, right?
Yeah, and I don't want those problems yet.
Right, so you want to get rid of that mortgage before they go to college, so you can, at least, go out once in a while with your
Right.
wife. So that's my goal. And then I try to communicate very well with my clients. To give you an example, I did call one of my seller's agents. So I'm working with my client, working with my realtor, getting my buyers to their house. And I'm calling the listing agent. It's the agent who's selling the house every week, twice a week. And every time I call him, he goes, "What's wrong?" I said,
because when
"There's nothing
when
wrong.
we call, there's always have to be something wrong, right?
I'm just calling you to tell you where we are, what stage we are." I call once we get the appraisal back and discuss the appraisal. I call when we first get the contract from my listing agent. I call the listing agent and go over the contract, make sure we're understanding what's going to be done. And as a lender, I have a certain time frame to get them to financing.
Okay.
To get approved, get approved. So again, if I am pre-approved, getting to the approval process pretty much usually ends up waiting for the appraisal to get back. So that's what I love to do. And I love to communicate with my realtors to make sure they know that
I
everything's
love
going
that
fine.
about you. I love that about you.
Thanks.
Now, some clients, when they come to us, the first thing they ask is, so what type of loan can I get approved for? And of course, I tell them the different types of loans. And of course, I learned this from you. We have different types of loans, so maybe you want to let the clients know, or the potential clients know, the types of loans that you can help them get approved for.
Right. I mean, well, you have a series of loans. I mean, the basic larger categories. You're talking about conventional, and then you're talking VA for veterans, and then you have FHA for most times for first-time home buyers or people who have had a situation and then they're gonna get a new mortgage. FHA is very forgiving.
Okay.
VA is also very forgiving. VA is a guaranteed loan, so it helps the veterans. I love that, taking care of veterans. And the VA loan is an amazing product, an amazing tool to have a vet get into their property. FHA is another program to help people get into their first home or second home, after trying.
Right.
And I also try to educate them to the benefits and the pros and cons. And then now, everything has a whole bunch of different programs from there. So you got FHA with down payment assistance, and you can get down payment assistance with also the other, all the other loans as well, depending on the down payment system. Then of course there are dozens of down payment systems. I'm familiar with many of them. They all have the pros and cons. So like finding the right house for the right couple, or finding the right house for the right borrowers. That's what I do with a mortgage. I find the right mortgage for them, the one that works best for what they want to do. So I'll ask a bunch of questions. I'll ask for a whole bunch of documentation to make sure that yes, they paid their taxes last year. So, and yes, they do make what they say they make. That way I don't get any surprises. I've gotten several surprises in my career, but again, I got them to close. And then also, I I inform and teach and educate my borrowers of what you want to do and what you don't want to do in the process of buying a house. Like one of the major things, don't quit your job. Okay. Don't change your marital status.
Don't buy that
Don't
Corvette.
buy that brand new car that looks great in that 4-car garage before you talk to me.
Right.
So that way I can say, okay, yes, you can do that. No, you want to wait until after you close. And I usually tell people, not only wait till after you close, wait till you get the first mortgage payment. Once you get that first mortgage payment, you'll see what that looks like, and it'll be a tangible. I mean, you know it when you're signing it. Actually, you know it when I first give you the loan estimate to get you started. But when you feel it, when you first pay your first mortgage, you know exactly what you get into the next 30 years. And my goal is that you're happy for the next 30 payments on that house.
For that next 30 years, right?
Yep.
So if they wanted to get in contact with you to get some more information, how can they reach you?
Okay, well, I should have information right below here. But also, my phone number is 832-639-3350, and my website's real easy to remember. It's patricktx.com. So TX for Texas, so patricktx.com.
Well, if you want Patrick to be on your team, which is the winning team, which is a closing team, which is the best team to be on, give him a call there. Thanks for coming,
Thank you
Patrick.
very much.